Good Sunday morning, everybody. Welcome to the SBP. It's a beautiful morning out here in the 804. I'm your boy Prime Source. What is good?
Brian, what up, man? Is the dishwasher loud? I'm not normally near the dishwasher, and that joint is on at this moment.
I can't hear it over here. So,
Okay,
yeah, I can't hear it over here. So,
cool. What's going on, bro, man? It's the Ides of March. I just realized.
it is. Yeah, it most definitely is. But everything's going on, man. You know, we get down in the 804, man. We have good weather, then crazy weather, then go from shorts to to daggone snow gear in a day.
In a day.
It's crazy out here, man. Now we expecting with rain this evening and maybe some crazy thunderstorms tomorrow, possibly. What they saying?
Yeah, man. I think my daughter said possible. Possible what? What did she say?
I saw they was
Tornado warning.
Yeah, level 4 or something.
Yeah, man. Warning watch. One of them. Either way, I'm gonna be in the house.
Yeah, I was telling Nicole this morning. I said, of course, I'll be at work, but if during the day if stuff goes down, I'm making sure that I have everything powered up. So I'm gonna leave my cell phone plugged up at work. I'm gonna take the little extra carry along charges, a couple of those, because the last time I was at work and that joint went down, messed around and they weren't calling for no crazy storm. It just happened and the power went out for a while, and my phone was on like 20-some%.
The worst.
And I'm sitting, I said, well, darn, if I'm gonna be in the dark, it would have been nice to at least been able to, you know what I'm saying, to look at something on my phone if I can get, whatever. But it's not happening this time. You don't know the struggle. You know what type of work I do. When you don't know the struggle, if your phone gets low in a situation like that, you don't have a backup charger to charge it. The only means that I have is to plug it into one of the laptops we got on display.
Oh yeah, true.
And now it doesn't charge as fast from the laptop, but those batteries are full because we had them plugged up.
Yeah.
But that's the real struggle though. So I'm not getting caught off guard this time, bro. Like it's not happening.
Well, I learned from the great hurricane of 2012. What year was it? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the car. When in doubt, go to the car. That's my joint now. Worst case scenario, I'll be in the car, plugged in until I'm at full power. And when it gets down again, I'm going back to the car.
Going back to the car. That's a good thought, though. That's definitely a good thought. I'm going to definitely have to keep that in mind, bro. So we'll see. Hopefully, it don't get too crazy out here. But we are getting to that season. You know how stuff gets down when it starts to get warm outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I've made a plan to I'm gonna give me a couple of extra those little mini charges just to keep at work, and every now and then just charge them for no reason, because it's crazy. I have those little charges. I might, I've got joints I've had for like a couple of years that I may only use 2 or 3 times a year.
Right.
I'll go to a comic book convention, but you can take plenty of pictures or whatever you're gonna do in there. Keep an extra 1 in the bag, 1 or 2 in the bag. Go to a game, like when I would drive down to Nationals Park.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the Braves would come or whoever would come, or even go to a basketball game down there. I bring the extra charger. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
Something I might use 2 to 3, 4 times max in a year.
Right. But it's there.
Yeah.
There when you need it. That's all right.
I have it.
The city going crazy right now. We had the negative. Let me say the negative stuff. We had the unfortunate shootout a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
At Shaco, around 3 in the morning. Yep. Rest in peace to the people that passed away from that, and well wishes to those who were injured or affected.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we had a teen Royal Rumble at Short Pump Mall. What? A Royal Rumble at Short Pump Mall that trickled over to Kroger across the street.
I was tripping. I heard that.
And I didn't read up on this story, but They was fighting at the mosque too.
Saw that too.
I'm like, hold on, bro. They fighting at the mosque and the mall.
Yep.
What is going on? What is wrong? Prayer. I can't say prayer because they were at the mosque.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's wild, man. Like, you scared to even go outside, man. Like, you can't you make imagine, think about the people that was at Kroger probably either getting gas or making groceries, because they were reporting. I saw when what's my man is it John Burkett?
John Burkett, yeah.
And they were reporting, and they were saying they was up in the Kroger breaking up stuff,
yo. And every time I try to let the team do. I let them do what they're gonna do, generally speaking. But I keep my eye open because kids be wild. I mean, I don't even know what to say. They was already hyped up though. They already hyped up, and they like, well, we still hype. And then they go, just sing. I don't know, bro. I asked my family. I was like, how do 70 teenagers get to the mall? I know the bus runs all the way out there. I get it. I get that the bus runs out there. But if they were brawling and a bunch of them took the bus, some of them that didn't like each other or whatever the case may be had to be on the same bus. That's my thing. So they wouldn't even made it that far.
That's crazy.
I'm saying they had to get dropped off. Mom, I'm trying to go to Short Pump Mall. No, we just gonna meet up. We going to look at stuff. All right, because you know how we used to do.
Oh yeah.
Drop me at Cloverleaf at 3:00.
Quick.
Don't come back till 10:00.
Quick. What you gonna be doing? Oh, we gonna hang out here, and then go over here and play the game. Then we going to the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it.
And won't nothing better than when we got old enough when I ain't have to do that. Then guys in the crew, couple of guys in the crew ended up with cars.
Yeah.
15 and 17. Then I ain't had to worry about the drop off part. But yeah, when we had to get dropped off, dog, we got dropped off. Like, I was telling Nicole, we were talking not too long, but I've told this story a bunch of times. But you always remember where you were when something happened. And one of the big things is you remember when Michael Jackson Thriller came out, because it was the talk about it was coming. The fools was cats was at school. Oh man, going home. This and the third. It was a talk through the whole school. Michael Jackson Thriller coming out, and everybody was trying to go home to see it. But I also remember when I don't remember how long it was after the fact, but they did the making of Thriller, and they put that on TV after the fact. And I remember being with my cousin. Shout out to Staten. He lived in Petersburg, and that's back when Walnut Mall used to jump. People forget about Walnut Mall. They had they had one of the best arcades out of any arcade we've ever had around here, called Aladdin's Castle. And that joint, dimly lit. You had to, when you walked in, you stepped down a little bit, like a couple of steps, and you was in there. So it was a visual craziness from the outside. If you was looking inside from the hall, like from the mall, right. It was beautiful because it was dimly lit. So it was mostly lights from the games and all that. But anyway, I never forget, we got his mom to drop us off, and I was like, cousin, she was like, we're gonna drop y'all off. Y'all, and she told us, make sure y'all are ready for me to pick y'all up at like 8:30, whatever the time was, because we gonna get home so y'all can see Michael Jackson, the making of Thriller. And I never forget, dog, she had to drop us off, so it's probably about noon on a Saturday, yo. Dog, we was between the mall and the arcade in there, and then the beautiful thing was the skate land was right behind the mall.
Mm-hmm.
So we left out of that joint, walked over because he had his little grade school girlfriend was gonna meet him over there. You know how do you get your parents? I'm gonna be with Jenny, and you're gonna meet your boyfriend and all that. And this little high school in the night, when we were in high school, we was young kids, but dropped them off, and dude, we must have hung out at the mall. They're getting dropped off from like 12. Carried over to the skating rink, hung out there, and she picked us up around like 8:30. You know what I'm saying? You talk about all day action. You feel me? We won't fighting though. We won't fight. We won't fight, but that's crazy. That's crazy thoughts you said about some of them might have had to been on the same. But can you imagine if you had them parents like I know I had? I stayed mainly with my grandparents. Man, I'd have got my head knocked off because this stuff makes major news.
Major news.
So by the time she picks me up, would it be? Did you know this was gonna happen? Was you involved in all that? Like, no, grandma, no. You know, darn well, you knew it was going down. That was the whole talk.
Oh, you was in it. That's crazy.
Yeah, we didn't heard, you know. We didn't have the social media like that back then, but still, word get around. If something that large went down in Chester,
Yeah.
you know, or in that area, they had breaking news.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
That's
my grandparents watched a lot of television, so I already know, bruh, it'd have been a problem.
Look, I went to the I don't know what's what. I was at Shamrock, but I don't know which one because I feel like it was multiple Shamrock things.
You go yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. The one by the Commander's joint, the field.
Yeah.
So I was at that joint, same joint we went to last year, and me and the cousins out there, and we're standing, like just standing around talking. And we started talking about, well, if some pop off, I'm gonna go this way. I'm driving to. You gotta go to the ground. You go flat to the ground. Don't kneel down. You gotta go flat. No, I'm an army crawl over. I'm running behind this joint. No, we can go hide behind the food trucks over there, and at least we'll be behind the food. The fact that we are having this conversation in the midst of an event.
Yeah.
Only to realize that I was like, yeah, it's a entrance exit there, and there. And then my cousin Deja says, well, look like we in the worst spot because we was in the dead center of the three spots. We like, oh, we in the worst spot out this joint. Like we picked a bad spot to stand and chop it up. But yeah, the fact that we have to think about that. Also, we're trying to make light of it because it's not like funny for real, but you know, you got to make, black people, we gonna find some humor in whatever's going on one way or the other. It was just interesting. It's just interesting to be in that yesterday.
Yeah, it's we've been talking a lot lately, and I'm a homebody, but I'm also a goer. I'm in between. I have certain things that we do. As you know, we would go to the movies, a lot.
Right.
But then we haven't been as much lately, and it makes you. We were talking about the things. You don't even want to go to the movies now, like or big events that might be coming up, and you worry about things. It's gonna be a lot of people. I mean, it don't have to be a lot of people anyway for something to pop off. But I'm just thinking, we got a couple of things I'm thinking about now. And I'm like, I'm probably gonna go, but it's like I didn't have these worries, like this to this level.
Yeah,
years ago, and between just random stuff popping off, especially the recently here in Richmond, and then the craziness happening in the world right now, when folks talking about plotting on certain places. We got people on the inside, like man, it's like scared to do anything now.
Right. Yeah. All you can do is. One of my daughters brought it up this morning, and I was like, all you can really do is be bold and move forward with your life. Like, don't let fear paralyze you. Be cautious, be aware, but you can't let fear paralyze you, or you're not going to do anything ever. And I'm not saying that not doing anything in the public is even a terrible thing. If you don't want to go outside, I ain't mad at you. But if you want to go out, go out. Just be aware, know your surroundings, know what time it is. Like time matters. Situations matter. You just got to be aware of things going on and be vigilant with it.
It's got me now. Like if anybody watching or checking this out later, we're not going to be on next week. We're not going to be on at all next week. So I know Source has an event that he's doing. The thought of this conversation made me think about it too. Every year I go to GalaxyCon, and I was contemplating on whether I actually was going to go this year because of mainly was because one, Saturdays, it's usually a 3-day event. Years ago, it started as a 2-day event. Then a few years ago, they made it a 3-day event, and it's gotten so large here in Richmond and other, cities and states, of course. But it's now a 4-day event. Right.
Dang.
So they huge. They got some crazy like mega stars coming like they do every year. But what's happened is the absolute best day to go if you're into this. And I was talking about earlier in the week or last week, but it's Saturdays. Saturdays. So anytime, and that's everywhere you go. I'm sure where he is when they have the conventions, up there and Wisconsin and all that stuff, and especially the New Yorkers and all that. Saturday is the day because Saturday is the day where they book a lot of the biggest stars. Some will be there for multiple days, but like their breakout sessions where you can go in and sit in on panels inside like large auditoriums and stuff. That's usually the best day. And I told you before, I sat through some good stuff. One of my favorites was LeVar Burton. LeVar Burton was outstanding.
Yeah.
And he's by far all the ones I say one of my absolute favorites. Giancarlo Esposito, like they dope. And they can talk about life. They talk about geek culture. They talk about the shows that they're in. TV, you get to ask questions and all that stuff. But Saturdays have gotten to be tremendously crazy. And the crowd, and I don't get into the long story about what I went through the last time, but the crowds are so crazy. There's people, the doors open at 10 on Saturday. There's people will let you know that you probably need to be up there in line by like about 7:30. And it's still going to be a line when you get there. Yeah, so, but I'm thinking about that too in the large gathering, the large setting, and I'm saying, you know what, this year I'm not going to deal with the Saturday stuff. That would be the best day to go. Plus, physically, I don't know if I want to do all that right now anyway.
Right.
But we're going to probably go on Sunday. A little less crowd waiting because Saturday is the hit. You know what I'm saying? And get up there early and whatever and do whatever. But just even being in that large environment that he's just thinking because downtown will be taking over next week. I'm just telling you now. Anybody in Richmond got to go anywhere near downtown Richmond, especially on Saturday. Thursdays are going to be cool. Fridays going to be a little busier, but some people got 3 and 4 day passes. But Saturday, if you got to go anywhere near the convention center, I'm telling you right now. Last thing I'll say about it is to give you an idea, most years I've driven. The last time I went, I didn't drive. I said, you know what? I'm going to be smart this time.
Uber?
I took an Uber.
Yeah.
I said, I'll either find a spot away from convention center and Uber back, or I'll catch the bus. The buses are free. I'll catch it down to a certain point, and then I'll get down to whatever. My Uber driver, he says, man, look at this map. He pulls up his phone. He said, what's going on down here? It's nothing but red. Dude, we were blocks away from the convention center. And I said, I ain't think about this part. The traffic going to be thick regardless. So I got my Uber driver to drive me off just blocks away. I said, I'm good right here, be honest. He said, you sure, bro? I said, yeah, I'm good. I can walk the rest of the way because I'm going to get to the convention center 10 times faster. You know what I'm saying? Me walking on foot than I am with you drop me off where you probably won't want to drop me off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's I'm just telling you right now, next weekend, problem. And it doesn't help either that a lot of the people book the hotels that come from out of town to stay.
Yeah.
We're taking up the parking decks and stuff too, because all them people, they take over the Marriotts. When the Marriott overflows.
That's true.
And all those overflow to those parking lots. A lot of those people, I just park in the parking deck. Now, you think you can park in the parking deck. A lot of them people that are staying in those hotels, the Marshall and all those stuff, their cars are in those parking decks already. So you come and think you're going to park in it. Bro, that ain't happening.
You're out of luck. You out of luck, bro.
So no show next week, guys. We'll let you know about the week after, but no show next week for sure. So, but we got some football to talk about, man. And then we got some football to talk about because we talked about football last week, source. But this week, since we've been on, more things have transpired. A lot of big things have transpired that went down. So, and of course, nothing's really been bigger than the Maxx Crosby situation because we found out after last week's show that the trade got nixed. Like the Ravens pulled the rug. I don't know what you call it. I don't really know what happened. Everybody has their own opinion on how this thing went down. But the joint is wild, bro. Like simply wild.
Yeah, I don't know what them people decided. They say, hey, I don't know. Because I don't know. There was a head scratcher. And it wasn't like it was immediate. This took a minute. Took a minute to get that information. And then it was like, nah, he ain't passed the physical. So we're gonna go ahead and void this jump. Gonna void this for now and see what happens. Only to make a move later that I'm sure we'll talk about.
Yeah, it was wild, man. And listening to all of these NFL insiders talk about like what happened, what probably happened. So supposedly it was he didn't pass his physical or they weren't happy. Now, listen to Adam Schefter talk. They said that multiple doctors and things had done work and physicals and things on Maxx Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
So all of them knew what time it was. Like knew what time it was ahead of time before we got to this point. So which would lead you to think about lead you to wonder like what really happened. Did they just get cold feet? Because one of the respected ladies, I don't know if it wasn't Mina Kimes. It was someone was speaking. I remember they were saying this whole situation was they're pretty sure based on what they found out that they just got cold feet the last minute. Somebody in the organization got to talking and they were like, they knew what it was, but all of a sudden they started playing the mind game and maybe, I don't know. I don't know who to believe. But an organization that's been as respected as the Baltimore Ravens front office, this is not going to sit well with anybody in the NFL. And the thing I'm thinking about, Source, this is always the time, if I'm correct, it's always the very end of March. I had to look it up. Or the beginning of April. I think it's the end of March. They have these league meetings. I can imagine what the tension is going to be like in the room from some of those officials and those owners when they looking at the brass of the Ravens, man.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like this hasn't happened before, but this is just a more high profile example of it because you got a high profile player along with a high profile organization, how they respected it and all that. And I guess you could say more is expected of them, but they did what they could do contractually.
Yeah.
They did what they could do. So it just is wild to the league because it looks crazy. And sheesh. And looking at other people looking at this happen might see it as being like, wow, what is going on over there, and in the not necessarily in the Ravens organization, but in the NFL, they'll try to make it a theme for the whole league as opposed to one situation. But either way, I mean, like I said, they did what they could do. It's just so wild because of who it is and how we're getting that information.
Yeah, I just looked it up. The meetings are coming up. There's some meetings coming up at the end of this month, like the 29th, something like the end of this month. So a lot of those people are going to be in the same room for the first time since this happened. And I can imagine what the conversation is going to be, man. Like,
hold on, Prime. Time out. 1 second.
Did
I look away and then come back and you had on the glasses? Or did I look away and come back and you have on a different pair of glasses? I need clarification on what happened because I noticed it, but you were talking. I didn't want to interrupt, but I just got to know now. It's on my mind.
Oh no, I changed glasses, man. I changed.
You did have glasses on at first.
I did. I had on the readers that I've had on before, right? Okay. Yeah, so I had those joints on, and in my it's a new pair, by the way. It's a new pair.
It looked like you about to step out and say, "Turn this mother out."
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man. I went with the oversized look, man. I was trying to find me something that was a little more stylish.
Yeah, and
popping than the regular 6 for 20 pack that I got off of Amazon. You know what I'm saying? And but I didn't really want to spend no money because I ain't no rich dude. But I ran across a deal, and supposedly it was a crazy deal. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's one of them deals whereas everything got to go type deal, stuff 70% off, blah blah blah, and it was dirt cheap. And I said, you know what? I'll take a chance on it. I mean, just to get a little more stylish. Then I looked at them too. I kind of always like the oversized look a little bit.
Right.
And then Nicole she been like sweating up and down like for the past few weeks. She says, "Baby, sometimes I think you want to live in New York." She says, "You've been on this New York thing. Everything you got is New York." I said, "What you talking about? You got New York hoodies, New York hats." I said, "Baby, most of my New York stuff are Knicks stuff." I mean, honestly, like everything is a Knicks stuff. I said, she says, "No." Like one of my favorite hats, which I've had for a couple of years. I've had on this show that says New York in the front. She didn't realize that was a Knicks hat because it does have a Knicks basketball on the side. But I had to tell her, I said, most of my stuff is New York, is really New York Knicks related. Mm-hmm. I said, but I ain't gonna lie. When I saw these joints, I could get them for next to nothing. I see these. You got a kind of a New York feel to them a little. They got that throwback feel too, like some of the B-boys used to be wearing. I said, I'm just gonna shoot my shot. I'm just gonna get the joints because I don't have to spend a lot of money on them, and I definitely ain't spending a lot of money for no reading glasses. But they was cool because they were able actually to they can do regular joints. They had the joints where you can put if you got the readers, the magnification level.
Mm-hmm.
You can just have them on for style if you just want the regular lenses, or you can get prescription. So yeah, I switched up on it. Bro.
I thought I was just make sure I ain't tripping because I know what I saw. I know what I saw.
Just trying to, and this really my first time trying them out since I got them. I wanted to see if they really work, and I ain't gonna lie. For a little bit of money I paid, my notes look clean as day, boy. He got this bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
So I'm happy with the investment.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I
he really went prime on him. Went prime time.
Yeah, bro. But you got the meetings coming up. I talked on the page, man, and I was like, think about the reciprocal effects, or the trickle down effects, I should say, of this, because think about the teams that made other moves, being that they thought that Maxx was off the market. And this is deeper than people think, because I had somebody comment, might have been over on X, but I said the same thing. That was like, yeah, but come on, bro, you acting like that many, defensive linemen went after this. And I said, you're missing the point. This ain't just about defensive linemen. This is about money. Somebody might have made a move for a receiver, or paid some dollars out to keep somebody who they originally want to let go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? For other, doesn't have to be the same position.
Agreed.
Right. When this is a money thing. Now the Raiders had made some moves. They got your guy Nakobe Dean. They got Quay Walker over there, Kwity Paye on the edge. Like, they made some moves, and people are like, well, darn, do they make these moves if they would have, if they know Maxx was coming back? I don't think it damaged much. Now, I haven't looked much into their salary cap because they had some quality additions.
Right. And
I think the defense definitely got better. And Maxx might still be on the table when this thing is over. But just think about all the other teams that made moves. The Cowboys are seemingly saying that they're not going back into the bucket. They happy with the move for Rashawn Gary. And Jerry's saying that he's not going into the bucket. Or he said it initially. Now we're seeing the interview the other day that he wasn't ruled it out, but that's not his focus.
Yeah, they ain't paying Jerry no attention. He just talking.
Yeah,
he's talking, be talking. Can't tell if I think at this point he's past the big splash signee, and he's more of a I ain't got to do but so much, and I'm gonna still make the same money. So just feed them hope, and spend the same money, and we're gonna keep on cashing these checks. That's how I feel like he look at it. So,
and of course you mentioned, you alluded to earlier that of course they signed Trey Hendrickson like quick fast in a hurry, like after this bad boy went down. So
Yeah.
Trey Hendrickson, I know he happy, dog. Like I know he's happy. He's
Got
going
to.
over. Yeah, he's going over. He's getting his cash. He's playing for a team that should be a contender. Should be back in the mix. And I know he's overly. He's got to be excited, bro.
Imagine being on the defense that can't do enough to let Joe Burrow, who's throwing crazy touchdowns with the best receiver tandem in the league, and we can't get enough stops or do enough damage to even make this worthwhile.
Yeah.
Terrible feeling, I'm sure, especially for a great defensive player. But it is what it is. Thankfully, he has a new home now, new experience, better defense, but a defense that still has some needs. And maybe the picks that we're giving up can turn into bodies that fill those needs for the Ravens.
Man, caught a little heat over on our TikTok too. A little bit of heat, not much, but the report came out from first it was Ian Rappaport. Then I saw Adam Schefter talk about it. Whereas DeCosta, the guy that's making the moves over there, the Ravens, is saying that their initial plan was to acquire both of these guys. And a lot of folks
about that,
I don't know, because a lot of those guys that are questioning it on social media, especially on my post, make some good points because they're saying that, well, he just saying that to save face, to try to clean it up and all of this. The biggest question has been, how are they going to do it? Because they were already X amount of dollars here, would put them such and such over the cap. And I could see it both ways. Very good point. He could have been saying that stuff to save face.
True.
But then again, we don't know what their initial plans were either, and with the other players on the roster either, right? So we don't know. It's convenient for people to say that it's BS, and I get it. I won't dispute that. But we don't know what their initial plans were as far as anybody else on that roster, what could be worked, reworked. None of us are in that room,
True.
So we don't know.
Yeah, it's convenient to say it.
Yeah.
It's convenient to question it as the fans after the fact. It's convenient to say it after the fact as an organization. And it's not clear cut either way. So up in the air.
Yeah. And then two, this is the crazy part, that they were actually or evidently talking to Trey Hendrickson already about all of this before they even let Maxx and them know the news.
Dang.
They said that not only was Maxx headed that way when it happened, they said some of his family was believed to already be there in the facility. And know nothing for this news to come out that they weren't going to go through with the trade.
That is horrible. that's
Cold world, bro.
That's pretty rough. That's business though. And NFL is big business. That's one thing the NFL is.
You think Maxx Crosby is going to stay a Raider?
Nah, I don't. Not at all, actually. I hadn't even considered that to be a thought.
So I guess the timing would be when, though, because we know things can pop up at any time, but now we're hearing more about the medicals, and they're saying that he supposedly will be ready, to start the season or the early part of the season. That's what they're saying. So you would wonder what teams are eyeing that, or if anything would have happened. I mean, it could be a bold team that decides to go ahead and dive headfirst into the water as we approach this draft coming up in about a month, right?
Yeah.
So we could be seeing something happen around draft time. We could also see something go down, maybe not at draft time, but before the trade deadline, we can see it happen as well.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like if nothing happens by draft time, I feel like the Raiders will come out and make a statement We ready to roll with what we got. Play the role, and we're not entertaining any offers at this point. We're going to roll with it. We like what we got. We like the additions. And with Maxx, with those additions, will be great. Only for us to get a notification one of these days that somebody done pulled off a trade. probably for less than what they were necessarily, they were asking for. That's why I believe. That's why I believe too that no matter what Jerry says, he gonna at least have his ear open. You know what I'm saying? I think Jerry himself is gonna have his ear. I think it's gonna be some other teams are gonna have their ears open on the situation. If the price is right, why not?
That's true. That is true. If the price is right, can't see the price being right though. But
nah,
we gonna see.
Yeah, we're gonna see, man. And you mentioned it's not like it hasn't been done before, but the Ravens are a franchise over the years who have done this before, just to a lesser degree. People won't remember them because they were lesser known players. But I don't know if you remember played for us. They're 31. Brock Marion.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Brock Marion had a deal on the table, and they nixed his deal like minutes before he's supposed to sign it.
Mm.
That's back in like 97, 98, right in there. You had Ryan Grant. There was a wide receiver that played for multiple teams in the league, most notably the Packers and in Washington. The Ravens, when they didn't sign him, I think they told them they had the deal in place. And then you had the Michael Brocker situation, maybe about 6 years ago. Same situation. So they're no strangers to, calling off deals, but this one's just been, a lot bigger than those deals.
Controversy. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be more interested to see what happens and what we find out from these insiders once they get to these meetings here in a couple of weeks, what they're hearing and what's being said from some of these other organizations and GM. So
right.
Yeah. So shout out to Trey Hendrickson. I'm happy for him, and that's definitely a good move. And this shows us that Joe Burrow is not out of the water because, he went from, I ain't got to deal with Maxx twice a year just for, a couple of hours later realized he got to deal with one of his own boys.
Tough.
Cold world, bro. Cold world. See what else popped up. Oh, of course. Kyler Murray. We talked about Kyler Murray before. It's official. Kyler Murray is headed to Minnesota on only a 1-year deal. Remember, I was talking last week. He could take pretty much whatever he needed to take. He could have took $1 million, because them boys in Arizona, they on the hook for that 30-something million, whatever it was that he had left. They was on the hook for that. He's gonna get that money regardless. So Kyler Murray, now it's official, man. How much do you like it or hate it?
I don't hate it. He had to go somewhere. They needed somebody. They shot themselves in the foot a year ago with Sam Darnold. So
the Vikings were on that Aaliyah. They really need somebody. I use that somebody. You know what I'm saying? They was on that Aaliyah right there because obviously there's thoughts about J.J. McCarthy. You got to think about what is he thinking at this point? Like, what is he thinking at this point? Like, he's been injured. He hasn't played well when he's come back from injury. And they bring in a guy. Granted, it's only a 1-year deal, but still you bringing in a proven starter.
Right.
Are y'all done with me? I mean, what's the deal?
If I'm him, I'm thinking there's enough space to be able to get myself in that position over him. And on a 1-year deal? Possibility. But it's got to be rough to see for JJ, especially when part of it's him being injured and that being a requirement. They kind of had to do what they had to do off road. But now this, on top of that.
Yeah, like if I'm JJ McCarthy, if I do not win the starting job out the gate, the second I get that opportunity, I got to show out. And I say the second.
I got to bounce. I thought you were going to say I got to go.
Oh, no, I got to show out, bro. Because not to wish anything bad on Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray's had quite an injury history.
True.
You remember they were 20 and 22. He missed 6 games. The Cardinals went 1-5 without him. Then in 23, he missed 9 games. They went 1-8 without him. And then more recently in this past season, he missed 12 games, and they won 1 game out of that mix without him. Like so.
So, but, I guess the question is, when they were losing, was it because he wasn't there?
Right.
Or at least, I mean, if I'm him, I can sell it if I'm his agent. That's what I can sell. I can sell that for sure. Like, this team stunk without him. Somebody might respond, well, they stunk with him too a lot of times. But at least he has an argument and an angle to get to the bag, which I guess he did.
Now, to lend, to lean towards your argument there, which is a good point. They were losing last year, and Jacoby Brissett played well. Jacoby played really well, and I guess Arizona is probably in Jacoby mode now. But he played really well, and they didn't have a lot of success. But
they hit him with the "I can do bad all by myself. I can do bad by myself and spend less money. I ain't got to do bad with you." I can't even say that because they still got to pay him. Yeah.
I can do bad with you on my payroll.
I can do bad with you in another locker room, regardless of who paying you.
Even though you're on my payroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, JJ got to show out when and if the Kyler Murray ends up not being able to play in whatever game, if he gets injured or nicked up or whatever. JJ's got 10 starts and only 10 starts, and he didn't finish all those games. So, man. And he's got to do something because you look around the league, so it's like if somebody was to approach them this year about J.J. McCarthy, who would the team be other than it being a backup role? Like, because honestly, how many real positions do we have open right now? I know Pittsburgh is waiting, but would Pittsburgh feel like that's the answer? I don't know. I don't know if they can afford to go that route.
But it's a bunch of stopgap. Not a bunch of stop, but I mean,
well, who? Steelers, Cardinals. You're gonna challenge Jacoby? Like they gonna?
I don't. Where is there?
The Jets brought Geno back.
Who went to Miami?
Oh shoot, Miami got Malik. Oh, and then they pay him Malik like Malik gonna be the starter.
That's got to be still open though. That's got to. I mean, come on, like let's be for real.
I mean, I guess if you're talking about an opportunity and a fair shot, I guess that wouldn't be a bad spot to go. I don't think it'll be a bad spot. I mean, they didn't break the bank for Malik, but they gave him a nice, what was it, like 3 years, 46 or something. I mean, he got a nice little piece of change, for the 3 years for a guy that's, I mean, how many games has started? Maybe with four games in his career, I believe. Yeah. I think what you say?
A quarter of the season.
Yeah, so if you look around the rest of the league, I don't think there's really anywhere else that you could go in and say, I don't see another situation where you could go in and say you're going to be able to compete for the starting job because these people got their starters locked in. Even in, like, Cleveland might not have their situation locked in, but they already got a mess of a quarterback room now. So J.J. McCarthy is nobody they're going to bring over. That they will be better than anybody that's on their roster. I mean, even still got Deshaun Watson over there. Like I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Poor JJ. His name he a name that shows up on draft day.
Huh?
A name that shows up on draft day whether he wants to or not.
Oh yeah, he will be mentioned.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Shout out to Rock though. I know Rock got to be feeling bad. Rock came on there and said, "No Kyler Murray, please." And Aaron Jones, thank you for your services. And both of them will be Minnesota Vikings next year.
Sorry, Rock.
Poor Rock.
Rock said he traded in his team, didn't
He did say something about it. He's still gonna support that purple, man.
Yeah, he got you.
He still be hollering skull and all that stuff, man. So,
Right.
But yeah, we mentioned Malik Willis. Yeah, Malik Willis is, as of right now, is penciled in as the starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, which is crazy because it's 3 years, $67 million. So I was off by about $18 million there, but still, if you think about a guy who's only had four games this year, 3 passing TDs and 2 rushing TDs. And if I remember correctly, matter of fact, I remember it perfectly. The 2 rushing TDs when they played Baltimore, you remember that was a
same game. Yeah.
Him and Tyler Huntley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 5 total touchdowns for the season. But he showed out enough with his legs and in those arms that teams, they weren't the only team that were eyeing him evidently.
Man, train your children to be quarterbacks. Golly, at this point. Playing football, I don't care what get bread.
Also,
you ain't even got to be top 20, 25.
Whew. I wish the best for Malik, man.
I don't wish no bad on him, but I do have eyes, so.
And maybe Malik go and get a handle on that thing.
All right.
Get a job for sure. The last time they had do you remember last time that was a black quarterback in Miami? Do you remember?
Dang, Tua.
Yeah, but you know.
A black quarterback in Miami. Has there been a black quarterback in Miami?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't remember my lifetime of being a black quarterback in Miami. I'm sure we could probably go pull up somebody that was a backup that started somewhere, but I don't ever remember a black quarterback really having a firm grasp on that job. I don't remember one starting. So,
what's Skyler's last name?
Oh, Skylar Thompson. Skylar.
I thought he was black at one point.
He ain't.
Is he black?
I think Skylar was.
We had a whole conversation.
Yeah,
me and my daughters, because we thought he was black and he was white, or we thought he was white and he was black. I can't remember. I think he's white.
Or was that the conversation? We thought he was black, and then he ended up.
It was one way or the other. The conversation was that. It was when.
I'm looking at it now. Oh, yep, Skylar Thompson.
He white.
Yeah, white dude.
We thought he was black, right?
One of the first pictures that came up was a Miami dog. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it was when he got robbed and attacked over in Europe.
Forgot about that. Yep.
He was like, because I was like, yeah, he black. Then he showed the picture. I was like, what is, huh? Yep. Then I was like, well, why they attack him? I was at least putting it racially. It was in Europe. I was like, maybe that's why. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, he what they say. Yep. 7th round pick in 2022. Yep. Miami Dolphins and later with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But yeah, he's definitely white.
I can't think of a single black quarterback in Miami. Did Jason Campbell play for Miami?
Nah, who did Jason Campbell go to when he wasn't with Washington anymore?
Washington, Oakland, or the Raiders?
Yep.
But I didn't know if he went somewhere else. Did Quincy Carter go to Miami? I'm just throwing out black quarterbacks at this point.
Quincy Carter went home. That's where he went. I was so hype about Quincy Carter too, bro. I was like, yeah, we got a black quarterback, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm running this dude on Madden and everything. And yeah. We see how that turned out. Old Quincy.
Jacoby Brissett started several games for the Dolphins in 2021.
He did.
Tyler Huntley. Remember Tyler Huntley played on that Monday night
right.
a couple seasons ago. Josh Freeman signed with the team. I don't know if he ever played.
I ain't talking about Josh Freeman in a minute.
James Blackman signed as an undrafted free agent.
So Blackman was a black man. Yeah.
And Marlon Briscoe played
for not Marlon.
72 to 74.
Great day. I never thought about Martin Briscoe. Great day. Yeah. Boy, Jason Campbell. Yeah, you right. He bounced from I don't remember Jason Campbell starting any football games, or even playing for the Chicago
But
Bears.
yeah, I knew he went somewhere else after the Raiders.
Say he played in 6 games, man. I don't remember that.
Hey, Jason Campbell got the raw deal. That when we talk about quarterbacks, this had nothing to do with anything. When we talk about quarterbacks that had a different offensive coordinator every season, that man had different coordinators through college, and in the pros. I was like, golly, he ain't never stood a chance.
I'm sure whatever he's doing now, I'm sure he's successful if he's doing, because he always seemed like he presented himself well in interviews. He's like a real smart guy. I'm pretty sure whatever he's doing, I bet you that's the story he tells sometimes though. Like
he got you, or
man,
people said to him, "Be like, man, you never had a chance, bro."
I had what they had now. But yeah, man, he went from Washington to Oakland to Chicago. He played in 9 games for the Cleveland Browns. I don't remember that either. And then what I do remember, the last team, now that I've seen it, I would have never thought about it again. He played in 4 games for the Bengals. I do remember. I do remember that now. Dang. I do remember that. Yeah. Shout out to my guy Myron. I remember us we were at a bar. I feel like we had Bailey's. I don't know what we were at. And I remember when he was like, "Oh, Jason Campbell." Yeah, Jason Campbell in the game. And I remember remarking, that's why I was seeing Jason Campbell in a Bengals helmet. And I thought of it, and I was like, wow. But I would have thought about that again until we just looked it up.
Wow.
4 games. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, maybe Malik holds that thing down. And then the reason that that there is that opening down in Miami, of course, is we didn't talk about Tua going to Atlanta. Like, if we talk about teams, they have real issues. You gotta help me out with this one. This not the damn Tua, or maybe it's not so much the team. Maybe it could be the player. We're talking about JJ McCarthy being worried.
Right.
Think about what's going through the mind of your boy. You just got drafted. Like, really, just got drafted. You come over there, you get the job away from Captain Kirk, from Kirk Cousins. They announced that they're going to find a way to move Kirk. You thinking this thing is yours. We get a whole nother season, get a full season this time. I'm about to go out here and do my thing. And then they bring in Tua. So as an organization, you got to be thinking about, did we make a mistake when we drafted this young kid? But as a player, you got to be like, darn, what a brother got to do? Like, y'all gonna give me a whole season or what?
Y'all
like,
give me a chance.
This is crazy.
Can I get a chance? They never gave him a chance. I mean, y'all signed Kirk Cousins. Got me coming over here. Now that people think I'm coming in to take the job from Kirk Cousins that he just got. He ain't even got yet, but he gonna have. Then he give me the job during the season, only for me to come back and take over. But then Kirk come back in later in the season. The next year.
That's why.
It don't matter these days, bro. It don't even matter where you drafted. It ever since who took the job? What's bro name to play for Green Bay that replaced Aaron Rodgers? Not replaced, but came in for Aaron Rodgers and then he went to Seattle.
Came in for Aaron.
Then Russell came in and got the job in camp. Was it Russell? Am I mixing? I might be mixing up quarterbacks. No.
Oh, I know you did.
He went to Seattle. He got signed because they put up like 40. He played like 1 or 2 games after Green Bay had everything locked up. And he threw for like 400 yards or some crazy number. They had 40 plus points. And then he got signed in Seattle for big money. But then they thought the job was going to be his, but he didn't even make it through camp with the job. And that's when they signed. I feel like it's Russell. Am I tripping? Is it not Russell that took this job? It might not be Russell. I might be mixing that part up. When Russell went to Seattle,
I know what it's like. I know I should know what it is because it's all sounding familiar, but it's just not hitting me.
What is bro? Now I gotta. I don't want to Google it. I want to think of it. I want to use my brain. I feel like he was number 9. I don't know. That might not be true, but I know he got busy. In like the last maybe 2-3 games max. 2-3 games max.
Okay.
He got busy in Green Bay, and then he got a nice deal in Seattle the next season. And whoever took over the job was the 3rd string quarterback, and they jumped from third. That's got to be Russell, and they jumped from 3rd to the starting job. Could it be Russell? It's got to be.
Because remember when when he came out of Green Bay?
Yeah.
I remember a guy coming in balling out, but remember, didn't they go? It went straight to Love, right?
It wasn't. Was it that recent? So it wasn't Russell. And who that was? It?
Yeah, because remember they had a plan. They had a plan.
Who was it then? Who came in? Who was?
What you said? That's crazy.
Who went to Seattle as the 3rd string, and this guy from Green Bay was going as the starter because he got paid the money. And Seattle was like, nope, and flipped the 3rd string to the starter before the season started. Now I got to Google. Look, I keep, in my mind, I'm thinking Doug Peterson. I know it's not Doug Peterson, but that's what I'm thinking of.
Is it Matt Flynn?
Was it Flynn? Oh, Lord. Seattle QBs. No, it's not Matt Flynn, because as soon as I type Matt,
he played for both. Yeah.
All I got was Hasselbeck coming up. Or maybe it was. I can't promise that it wasn't. We are way off topic.
He signed in 2020. I'm trying to find it. I remember he did play for both teams though.
There's got to be.
Signed with Seattle in 2012 after his famous 2011 performance for the Packers.
Yeah, there you go.
He was beaten out by Russell Wilson.
Wilson, okay.
Returned to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Matt Flynn.
Yeah. And look, I don't even remember why I brought that up, but I'm glad we got to the person. Matt Flynn. Okay.
Matt Flynn.
Yeah, he got in that joint. They gave him that money.
Yeah.
And Russell came and took that joint. Hilarious.
I hope he kept the loot. He ain't spent all his money. Probably, I don't know. He's either probably, I ain't even looked him up. He probably either an assistant coach somewhere. I mean, I don't think he's in the league. Maybe an assistant coach somewhere, or he coaching a high school team somewhere. So he kept that paper.
33 for 49, 518 yards, 6 touchdowns. In
I do remember that.
2011 for Green Bay. And then he went to Seattle the next year and threw 9 passes because Russ took the job. Yeah.
Shoot. Your boy Tua, we were talking about Kyle. Tua only signed a 1-year deal too.
Yeah, you can't trust him at this point.
But this is crazy. He's gambling on himself too. I mean, he go out and show out. You know.
Would you give Tua?
No. But I just bring it up because he was in a similar situation as Kyler Murray, where he could take that money because some people was going to have to pay him.
Gotcha.
Because you know he got like 1.3 million. That's it. 1 year, 1.3 million. That's it. That's all he needed to take.
I mean, the market was bare.
He's getting paid starter money. You know what I'm saying? Miami gonna be paying them their starter money, but not even gonna be on their squad.
That means the cupboard was bare when it comes to options. For
you Michael Penix though. God darn.
Hey, it's a bunch of lefties. Well, not a bunch. 2 lefties in Atlanta.
I didn't even think about that. One of the quarterback coach left-handed. Like,
they about to break out Jim Zorn. Where Jim Zorn at?
That was my guy, though. That's my guy. You ever used to play with the electric football man?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what it was. Even though I was a Cowboy fan, I used to love. I had Seattle. I think first I had Seattle in the home uniforms, and then later I got them in the away joints. But I don't know what it was, man. But I used to love to play with them. I just slapped that number 10 on that. Man, you couldn't tell me nothing.
The
That
fun,
was like joy.
if I remember correctly, for me the fun was putting the numbers on the players. I feel like you
Yes.
had to take the stickers and put them on the joints. Yeah,
Yep.
putting the numbers on the players. It was a whole experience. Like,
Oh yeah, you get the little sheet thing of numbers, and then
yeah,
fill them all.
yeah,
Shout out to my uncle, man. My uncle was kind of like my big brother because I grew up in the house with my grandparents, and he was
right.
like a baby, so he was still there, and he, me digging and all this stuff. I think I told you this about his record. I used to sneak and play with his records, play his records when he wasn't home, and that's how I got on to to Eighth Wonder. But the same with the men. He had the rest. He had the football man, the electric man, and then one day he had two or three of the the metal fields and all that. And he gave me one in the pack of men, and that just opened a monster then. So every chance I got, shout out to KB Toys, the former KB Toys that was in Cloverleaf Mall. Yeah, man. I used to go in there and get a whole pack of those joints, and that was after school fun too. Trading cars and playing in the yard. But yeah, that was my joint, man.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's funny. We talk about that 1.3. That we didn't mention it earlier, but that's the exact same money that the Cowler took. They could afford to do it. Yeah, so interesting enough. What else we got? A couple of quick joints. We got Kenneth Walker to Kansas City.
Crazy.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker is now Kansas City Chief.
Craziness. Craziness.
Yeah, just got to patch that lineup now. Well, just think about it. When we were talking about this thing, we were having our conversation on whether or not we thought they were going to be what they were going to look like next year a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I did say they got to find that running game. No, I said the running game is going to fix a lot. Now, I didn't think it was going to be Kenneth Walker. I was more focused on them either making a move for somebody like Breece Hall or trying to get Love in the draft.
Right.
Hoping that he would be still sitting there at 9 for them. But they're going to get Kenneth Walker, bro.
That is outrageous. Outrageous. They got a backfield with 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
It's going to be crazy. I want to see what Kansas City does with the backup spot if they make a move. Pacheco's gone. Pacheco is now with the Detroit Lions. He's going to replace Montgomery, which is an interesting move for me as far as Detroit because Montgomery, both run hard, run tough. Pacheco's like a violent back. I'm going to be honest with you. He's violent with it. Now, he's faster than Montgomery. So when you're talking about, if you remember back when he was drafted, he was one of the guys that they thought could hit that high 4.29. I mean, he plays like a 4.3. But Pacheco can move. He can move. And he's a violent runner, so we'll see if he's able to, carry the weight that Montgomery carried. But this Kenneth Walker thing, I think it's important for the Chiefs to have some solid backups behind them because the one thing we do know, if there's one thing that's not his strong point, is receiving out of the backfield, right? I'm not saying he can't do it. If he can catch the ball and get going, he's going to get going. But that's not been his thing. And in that Patrick Mahomes-led offense that they're going to want some guys back there that can, they can get the ball, from Mahomes and go.
Yeah. I think he'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
It'll work out. Or they scoop somebody like what's bro name that was in Kansas City a couple years ago. Yeah, small back, quick. I think he went to San Francisco. It's not football season. So
they had so many backs. They had Woe that didn't work out. They had Hunt still there. They had small guy.
Small
Yeah. I know what you're
receiver.
talking about. It's just
Yeah.
that you're a small dude. Yeah.
Somebody like that. Somebody like that. That's a receiver out the backfield. You know, they might flip to something like that, and you get a lot of touches out of the backfield. What is bro name? But anyway, yeah.
Indeed. And they got 9 picks too. So a fun team to watch to see what they do. I know you're not a picks guy, but it's going to be, they have a lot of things to plug those sorts because you bringing in a back like Kenneth Walker. We do know there was some issues with that offensive line last year. And they just let, one of their veterans go, Mr. False Start himself. So they probably got at least 2 holes they need to plug on that offensive line. And then they've got some pieces got away from them defensively, most notably, at the corner with my man McDuffie. I'm wondering when they bring L'Jarius Sneed back. He just got released. If there's something that would be, if you're gonna lose a baller, bring one back. Because I always said if there was a way they could have kept those guys together for a couple of years, they were definitely would have been a top 3 cornerback tandem in the National Football League. But Sneed is out there, and I don't want to talk about it too much because, of course, Philly have found a way to find some money, and he ended up in Philly. But
no, we Gucci. We Gucci now.
Y'all do, man. But those 9 picks are important to them, man, because they're going to need, whether they leverage some of them for some, maybe, to another team for somebody. But they've got some holes they're going to have to fill to get back. It ain't just about Mahomes and now having a running game.
Yeah. And Jerick McKinnon is who I was thinking of.
Jerick McKinnon. Yep. Jerick McKinnon played for a few of the Bears and a couple other people. But yeah, I got you. And they bring and for Kansas City to run out, they bring Kelsey back. Were you surprised? He was coming, but they came back. I thought he might have been done.
I thought he might have been done too. I was like, yeah, but he didn't want to go out like that though. He didn't want to go out like that. Especially didn't he drop a pass or miss a pass?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He passed.
Like I can't go out like this. This can't be the end for me. I'd rather hold on too long and try to come back from this than go out like this and just let it be. So that don't be on his brain more than winning any Super Bowl.
Got another big one for you. And I hated to see this coming. 1, because it's my guy, and 2, where he went to. How did Mike Evans end up in San Francisco, bro?
Man, that man stayed halfway healthy. If he stayed halfway healthy, not even fully, because you can't expect him to stay fully healthy at this point. Like he's not gonna play the whole season. But if he can just stay healthy part of the season, just the important parts, Lord, that just seems like a problem. I don't like it at all.
I don't like that. Ayuk is about it there, but you bring in a guy like Mike Evans, and to that, somebody talk about who's going to throw him the ball. What you mean going to throw him the ball? I don't care how you feel about Purdy. Purdy is an NFL quarterback. You can get him the ball. You don't have to be perfect to Mike Evans. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That and this guy in the backfield is going to have your focus anyway. So good luck. That's tough.
This is terrible. Somebody just put a love sign. Love is one of the likes up there. So I don't know. I didn't look to see which platform it came from, but
that's Cuzzo. Ain't nobody
Cuzzo. That's shit Cuz or Niner fan JB somebody.
JB, yeah.
That is an absolute problem, and you gotta love his confidence. Though he says, a quote, "I feel like we're one piece away, and I think that I'm that piece."
Woo!
Sheesh.
Come in with the we. We
out here trying to do work.
French.
It's gonna be an absolute problem, though, man. I mean, I had no doubt that they were going to be good again next year anyway, and they showed a lot this year with all they went through. But man, you bring in a Mike Evans, and shoot, man. So we pay 17. Man, if they can get 13, 14 games out of him, they're gonna be okay.
Yep.
Man. These moves like this, wish my squad was in the AFC. Man, trying to see that. What else we got here, brother? Let's see. Here's a quick one. We were talking about people bouncing around. And you mentioned the name, matter of fact, I think earlier. Remember Josh Johnson?
Mm-hmm. He didn't get to
So,
Miami.
man, Josh Johnson has been with 14 squads, man. 14 squads over 23, 23 total stints, I think I saw.
I need him.
14 squads, third time with the Bengals, right?
I need him to get to 2 more teams, just so he can get the
This
tag.
dude, this dude, think about it. He didn't have multiple stints with the Niners. I think this is his third stint with the Bengals. And this is crazy. This man has been a Redskin and a Commander. Josh Johnson has been both, man. Like, I ain't mad at you, though. Get that paper. Get that longevity is crazy.
Yeah, get your money, man. Career. That's a career backup right there.
Think about the story you can tell your grandkids on that one. I wasn't a star, but man, that's wild. I don't know if Josh Johnson is married or not. No, he's got a girlfriend, but I guess if he's got a lady that likes traveling, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
We've been
likes uncertainty.
We've been, man. The delis in New York are magnificent, and the such and such in Cincinnati is this. Oh, one of my favorite nail shops.
She got a whole travel list. Anybody go anywhere, she know the city.
She probably, I haven't checked to see if he been in those squads when they play the international games, but she might have even been there. London. She didn't been to Mexico, like just traveling,
just everywhere,
just living it up. So that's crazy. I don't think I got. We talked about poor Gino back at the Jets. Or where it all started, right? With 2013, they've had an upwards of at least 15 quarterbacks since he didn't come back home. I can't remember all the names. We know that Aaron Rodgers was there and Aaron Rodgers was there. But think about Brady Cook, Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Sam Donald was there. But they've had at least 15 quarterbacks since he left.
Dang. Them people's terrible. They stay terrible. Don't try to blame it on Aaron Glenn. He just got there.
A couple of other quick ones. I know Joel is happy. They got a baller. Isaiah Likely is a giant. I won't trying to see that. Yeah, I always said that. I don't know how he's gonna fit there, but I've always said that for at least 2 downs, maybe 3 downs. Isaiah Likely is a starter in this National Football League, bro. Baller. So
he's gonna have fun. Well, I can't say that, but it's good for him. All right? Now, if you got a young quarterback, that they often turn to the tight end as a primary option. So it could be good for Likely.
Giants also added Donnell Mooney yesterday.
That's a nice pickup.
Yep. Quality pickup. Only other thing I got NFL wise, man, is move was Travis Etienne, or as you see, his name has been mispronounced forever. But to the Saints. And I love that move for the New Orleans Saints. I saw something that, of course, that Kamara wasn't too happy because people were saying that his name is coming up now in possible trade discussions. And if what I saw was true, he supposedly mentioned that if you talk about trading me somewhere, I'll retire.
That's what he said. They like, all right, oh, you don't want to leave quietly? All right. How about this? Bring Travis in. Let's see if we can find a way to get Alvin up out this joint. He might get frustrated, but less time. I don't know. I think they're over it. He was a beast, though, when you think about it.
Yeah, Kamara. It mean a lot to that city. I would love to find a way to make this work. Don't nobody run too many teams run one back no more, man.
True.
Make it happen. They both still get it up. Plus, you can't count on Kamara to stay healthy a full season either. Let's keep it 100.
Yeah.
So
true that.
A nice pickup for Kellen Moore and the boys over there. So a lot of NFL moves. Oh, How you feel about your? I know you didn't want to lose Nicole B. Dean. How do you feel about your boy Blankenship, man?
I like Reed. Reed was cool. But it is what it is. I mean, I know a lot of people, because people are uh, really focused on the last thing they see, and they saw multiple blown assignments in the last game of the season for the Eagles, multiple that kind of helped lead to that L. So some people probably like, yeah, good riddance. I wouldn't say all that, but he was fine. He was fine, and he allowed for there to be two white guys in the secondary.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that meant a lot to somebody.
And
Didn't they have a podcast together?
I
Him and
don't know.
Cooper had a podcast together or something. I read that somewhere. I never
Right.
heard it, but I think I read that not too long ago. But yeah, he can move on, man. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. But good luck to him. Reek, what up?
He went to the right squad, boy. He a Texan now.
Yeah, he gonna have a ball over that joint. He gonna have a
Woo.
ball over there.
I feel like we gonna be seeing his name a lot because that's a perfect spot for him.
Yeah,
definitely ball.
Gonna have a ball over there.
To read Blankenship, so a lot of NFL happenings, man. A lot of NFL happenings, man. And got a couple of quick things in, and we're gonna talk about some music. I'll tell you what I do. I'm gonna interrupt this this quick deal before we get to this quick hoop situation. Something I wanted to ask you. I don't know why I didn't ask you last week,
So
but I'm gonna ask you now because I saw one of your posts. And you were talking about black jelly beans.
now we talking. Now we talking about something.
You were talking about black jelly beans. Is that your thing, man? You like black jelly beans, bro?
Nah, I don't like black jelly beans. I love black jelly beans.
Come on, player. Really?
Man, what? Black jelly beans are the best thing smoking. I don't know what the world has people convinced that black jelly beans are a bad thing, are nasty, licorice, and all that. They are not licorice. Black jelly beans are black jelly beans, and them Jones is good, great, as a matter of fact.
You got a co-signer in the room with me, Nicole.
Come on, Nicole.
She said that's what's up. She said that's what's up.
Yeah. Them people don't know what they're talking about. Hating on black jelly beans. Black jelly beans ain't do nothing to nobody. This is just another way for the man to denigrate blackness. You know what I'm saying? It's always got to be a negative with blackness. So now you want to put it on black jelly beans. I'm not having it.
Is it your favorite though?
Yeah. Yes.
So I don't hate on black jelly beans. They're not high on my list.
Come on, Prime. You lukewarm on too many things, Prime. You lukewarm on too many things.
No, but I got an absolute favorite though. To me, black jelly beans can't touch the orange jelly bean. Orange jelly beans. Orange jelly beans did not get the proper respect, dog. I'm trying to tell you right now. This is an orange candy, period. But them orange jelly beans are fire. We used to have a little Easter egg hunts and candy. I used to go to this joint. And they used to put the jelly beans inside the plastic egg.
Yeah.
We would be kids. We used to be popping. I like, yo, I'm trading everybody. Look, I give you this one for that. You got orange and you got orange in there? Orange jelly beans are fire, bro.
Come on, bro.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something.
This is questionable.
Nah, man. Orange jelly beans are fire. Orange candy in general. Orange Skittles, dope. Orange Jolly Ranchers, fire. Orange gummy bears, magical. Yes. Orange jelly beans and orange jelly beans are like Moses Malone, man. They Moses Malone because they great. Like they're great. People don't acknowledge their greatness though. Like when you talk about big men, we know Moses got him a ring in Philly. He had a great career, Hall of Famer. But they don't talk about him amongst the greats in the NBA. You feel me?
That's fair.
But he was great. That's how I feel about Orange. I'm not saying that Orange are the absolute best, but they're my favorite. I'm not, and dog, even when I don't know if they still make them, I guess they do, but even as a kid, somebody had them lifesavers. Man, that orange lifesaver was crazy.
Orange. I ain't never heard nobody talk about not even orange Kool-Aid. Like I ain't never heard
Yeah, I
nobody
told you
prop up.
before. We had the Kool-Aid discussion one time.
Yeah, we talked
And I
about it.
told you orange Kool-Aid was my shot. I said I loved it great. We pour some lemon in it, but that orange
Yeah,
Kool-Aid is different. That's just me, man. I'm different.
he's an orange guy. He has plans of having an orange grove at some point in
Man,
life.
look, three things that I love in church. Carmelo Anthony's orange Syracuse jersey,
Mm,
New York Knicks orange.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? And orange gummy bears, especially. I'm trying to tell you, man. But Jolly Ranchers is fire too. All I'm gonna say is, to me, when you get to the Jolly Ranchers, I don't know if you're a Jolly Rancher fan or not, but dog, to me, the only two flavors of Jolly Ranchers that are better for my taste buds, or just as good in the running, I'll say, the watermelon and the blue raspberry.
See, blue raspberry I can get with. Shout out to Miss Blue Raspberry. Uh, she's dope as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
You, watermelon, yeah. Orange, eh. I don't dislike those. Like those, I don't dislike them, but I can't see myself, you know, being like, give me the orange. I want all the orange. That's you are one of a kind when it comes to that. I believe.
I feel like this is a conversation. I think you're gonna be out with the fam one day. Y'all gonna be getting something to eat or snacking. Be like, what you laughing at? This dude Prime sitting here with these jelly beans. Like, this dude Prime is talking about orange is his favorite. Yeah, you gonna have a bag of something's
Oh,
gonna happen. Y'all
yeah,
gonna have a whole conversation.
I might put it in the text chat uh, after this show. Guess what Prime said?
Shout out to all the no matter what your flavor of candy, jelly bean, whatever. Shout out to all your flavors. But I'll say though, I don't think black jelly beans are nasty. They just ain't they ain't high on the list for me, bro. They near the bottom of the division.
Dang.
Yeah. So I mean I don't like them. That's what they are.
Mm. That's very
Uh,
disappointing. It's very disappointing. You know, I've given up actually trying to convince people about black jelly beans. That's why I posted about it. I think I brought it up a couple of years ago, and the hate train, was in the station. So my wife, my wife was like, "I brought you a surprise." Bam! I was like, "Oh, you know me so well. You know me."
let's do some quick hoops, man. Then we're gonna talk some music. Hoops. Not a lot popping off. The women, we got the FIBA World Cup. The USA women are just straight kicking. I ain't gonna say it's Sunday, but they beating the brakes off people, and they have
That's the shit.
qualified. They done smoked Italy, Puerto Rico, and Senegal.
Senegal, yeah.
So they didn't got busy, and you know they all playing well. Most notably though, Caitlin Clark looks good. Paige looks really good, and Angel Reese has been getting busy. Angel Reese has looked really good out there. You know, all of them look really good, but those three have played exceptionally well, man. Angel Reese, even in the passing game, on a couple of joints, and I was like, yo, she been working out with Chelsea a little bit. Like, okay, I see you.
You know,
And I
she
remember
used to
she
play
was a guard, but she had a couple of passes that were dope.
Yeah. You know, she used to play guard back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the women are hooping. I love it. Love to see it. Is there a game today? There's a game today. It was what, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
There's
I
some stuff
believe.
popping off today. I haven't gone down the official list
I can't
yet.
remember if it's Sunday or if it's
I
today or
think they
Monday.
qualified. I think it was disappointing when I woke up to what I did miss. They say that the 3-on-3 team lost. They said Alicia, I think, had a chance to win it at the end, but somebody said that they lost. I haven't gone through that.
What?
Yeah, but that will be her, I believe. Who they got? Her, Veronica, and I believe Shakira Austin, I believe.
Nas.
Oh, Nas. Yeah, Nas is there.
I'm going to look it up.
Right there. Yeah, so I haven't done it. I woke up to it and I was prepping some other things, and I saw that I just saw a post, so I haven't dug into that yet. But if they did, it's disappointing. So I think that would put them when it was qualifying for getting a bronze, I believe. But I gotta do my work on that one. So
Yeah, I hate to see that.
yeah, man.
For the ladies.
Yeah, man. But we're trying to get something because I don't know if we're gonna start this WNBA season on time. The way this thing's looking signed.
No, we all the way to the 15th. Ain't got no deal. They said it need to be done by the 10th to have everything, and not have to make any changes to the schedule. And my oldest just bought us tickets to one of the games. I think it was the Sky and Mystics,
Word.
because my mother-in-law loves Angel Reese. We were supposed to
Yeah.
go last year, but we didn't get to go. But she loves Angel Reese, so we got to get her to a game.
Yes. Yes. Most definitely. Most
Yeah.
definitely. Man. Most definitely. WNBA, one of my favorite events to attend. I'm gonna be honest with you, Source. I think I enjoy going to WNBA games more than I do NFL games now.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that. I want to get to Unrivaled though. Unrivaled
Woo.
look like
You,
it, boy.
you.
That don't
I'm
look like
thinking
it's
about that
lit.
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, hey, can y'all add a stop to DC at least or something?
I know, right? Philly won't go so far. New
Yeah.
York won't go so far, but New York was last minute. Philly, them tickets went immediately. Like as soon as that joint was announced,
Mm-hmm.
them tickets was gone. And they in Miami. Like, and not that there's anything wrong with going to Miami in the summer. Like, and then we're not sorry in the summer, not in the summer, in the winter. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But not everybody can just do that. Like, bam. Although I have a friend that goes to Miami often.
Mm.
That bro
Must be nice.
jump on a what's the janky joint? Not Frontier.
Spirit.
Spirit. He jump on a Spirit jump.
Is Spirit still they still flying?
That's what he was flying last I checked. And he jump and go to Miami for a day and come right back. I'm
What
like,
was the
that ain't bad.
What was the name? What was the joint on Soul Plane?
I don't know.
You said janky. That's the thing I thought about.
It was literally called Spirit on that joke.
They were serving everything but a shorty, 40, all that stuff. Wow.
Mm.
And I don't have anything else, Hoops, unless you got something you want to say about 83.
I don't feel like it, bro. I ain't got the energy for these people today, man. I ain't mess with these people. All I'll say is that I think two. Now I'm gonna talk about it. Two quick things. One, if it wasn't somebody passing Kobe, first of all, three things. One, love to Kobe, rest in peace. 81 is not a record. It's not a record. Stop that. Well, he beat Kobe record. Kobe don't have a record. He was second. Let it be second. Like y'all. Second, my second thing. If it was anybody but Kobe, it would be less impactful. People would care less. Like it's like it hurt everybody's feelings because somebody passed Kobe. Like again, love Kobe, but craziness.
So emotional. Like them people need a hug.
Look, now I gotta add one more thing. I saw the joint last night. I don't know what Jason Tatum ended up with, but I saw a meme or something like Jason Tatum, you know what to do. Like he coming out here tonight to score, or last night to score 84. I was like, y'all are out of control. But the other thing, if it wasn't Bam, if it was anybody else, if it was anybody whose name was synonymous with scoring, maybe it would sting less.
Yeah.
People looking at it like, and if you go to the list, if you look at the top 15 scores, single game scores of all time, there's nobody on that list that you wouldn't expect to be on that list. Like it's like George Gervin, David Thompson, David Robinson, Devin Booker, Luka. Then you'd be like, Bam Adebayo? Why is his name on this list? That's the thing. If it was anybody else, then they wouldn't be mad. All right, Prime, now I'm on it. Okay. Why are they acting like this man didn't have 31 points in the first quarter?
Yeah.
He had 31 in the first. If he had 31 in the first, then you're already like, oh, this might be a special night. And ain't nobody else playing. Oh, well, here, you boom, go for it. And we smacking these people. Do your thing. It ain't gonna hurt the team. We still gonna get the dub. And you can set a new career high real quick, real easy. Because his high was what, 41 before this, or something like that.
Yep.
So if you go from 31, no, one more thing. The man didn't foul himself. The man he wasn't going to the lane, smacking his what? How are you going to blame somebody for getting free throws when they're not fouling themselves? Also, it's not like he's James Harden ducking, diving. He's not out here wilding, drawing fouls. Even if it was James Harden wilding, drawing fouls, you would still not feel the same way y'all feel about this man. But anyway, he had 31 first quarter. He only shot 8 free throws in the first quarter. He also had 5 threes in the first quarter. He's cooking to get to 31 in the first quarter. He's at 69 going into the fourth quarter. He's never going to do this again in life. What do you want him to do? You know what, man? I scored enough points. Could I had 31 in the first? Could I have 31 in the fourth and get to 100? Is it possible? Maybe. No, you know what? I should just sit down. I should just go sit. I should just be happy to be in this now. Man, what? Y'all crazy. Let that man cook. Be happy for the man. Or don't care. It ain't like it's a jerk doing it. I don't think anybody dislikes Bam Adebayo. He don't bother nobody. Like, people just look for stuff to be negative about on any front. And this is just the thing of the moment. Wild. That's why I don't like people. That's why I stay at home all the time.
So yeah, these people wilding, man. These people wilding. I know a lot of the Kobe stands were just up in arms. The girlfriends had to give them extra hugs and all that stuff because they passed Kobe. The man was he supposed to stop at 80?
He's like, so you see somebody say that? Did you see that?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just
saying.
Somebody
said he should have got to 80 and then just shoved himself out the game.
Bro. These people.
Like people like to say rolling over their grave. Kobe would roll over in his grave if a man got to 80 and stopped just because it was Kobe at 81. Be like, what? Man, if you don't pass me, if you don't score more points.
This is what's crazy. So, and people got short memories too, or conveniently forget. So, shout out first of all to and rest in peace to the great Kobe Bryant. But these people forget some things, right? Kobe had a game, he had 46 field goal attempts just to score 58 points. Now, I'm not talking about the last game when he had 50 attempts.
Yeah.
50 attempts. Yeah, 50 attempts to score 60. Okay, it was last game, whatever. We can excuse it. We can do whatever. But 10 years before that, he had 46 attempts against the Charlotte Bobcats to score 58 points.
That man said the Bobcats.
Now he has another 46, of course, when he did get the 81 against the Raptors. Okay. Y'all ain't saying nothing about that. The Raptors weren't all that good back then either. But y'all talking about your boy playing the Wizards, right? Talking about Bam again with the Wizards, of course. Yeah, okay. Kobe also against the Boston Celtics in 2002, right in that, early in the 2000s, 47 field goal attempts to score 41.
To score 41.
47 attempts to score 41 points, bro. But these people tripping off Bam. I don't get it, man.
I hate to even say one thing that legitimizes anything that people are saying, but I will say this one thing. If your argument is efficiency,
yes, Kobe.
Then even if I looked at the list of highest single scoring games in history. It's some good shooting performances.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot of good shooting, I think I saw out of the first 13, 14, I think it was like one that was under 45%, 50% from the field. Everybody else was cooking. They were cooking that night. That's the only legitimacy I can give to that argument. But still, that's just one piece of it, of the whole thing. And yeah, let that man be, man. Congratulations, Bam Adebayo. That's all I'm saying.
Shout
and
out
Asia said she don't care what none of y'all say. She rocking outfits on the daily, pointing out the fact that her man scored 83. Like she don't care what y'all talking about.
Her man, no doubt. I'm with you. So shout out to Bam, man.
For sure.
And that's it for hoops. You got anything else, hoops, before we get into this hip hop?
You got me hype, Prime. like I care for real, but it don't make me mad, man. People get that's so stupid.
These people, man. People wilding. It's wilding. Let me see. Even people on the 2K pages that I'm on, and I play video games. I don't go hard and break my neck and get home and play everybody online. But we get the games every year, and I play in my free time. But I'm in a couple of 2K groups on Facebook. The conversations in the 2K group about it, and also in the game, it's crazy. Like dudes say, "Yeah, I'm about the dude's about to get on and score 84 and all this stuff." And some of the conversations have been hilarious. And I'm talking. The threads on these joints is crazy. I'm talking 500 and 600 comments. I mean, these people just going and going. Some of it all in fun, and then some of them some real debate. But yeah, but that part's been kind of fun.
Oh man, I was so calm to just.
We'll give Source a chance to get his blood pressure down, brother.
I mean, pressure points. Gotta remember my pressure points.
Have you listened to the Nas joint?
Don't you say Jack Harlow?
I ain't saying about Jack Harlow. You listened to Legend Has It yet?
No, I thought it was coming out later this year.
It's out there. It's
really.
Out there. I've only given it one real run through.
Okay.
What I heard, it was dope, but it's out there.
Hey, can you explain what it is?
So it looks like, from what I can tell, don't let them get me to thinking, to saying the wrong things. Looks like it is a bunch of some songs, of course, that he already had, and with some guest appearances on it. And like I said, I listened to this just kind of in passing, right? It's kind of in passing. I turned it on with the full intent of sitting down, listening to it. It's got some commentary on it, but it's got a joint on there with Big L, Mobb Deep, Porter Henny, Ghostface. I haven't really sat down and listened to it to really analyze it, but I had it on in my office, and I was going in and out of the office. It's got documents on it again. It's some stuff that you've already heard, but it's a little bit of a mixture. But something to check. I didn't know if you had a chance to really spin through it yet and give your overall thoughts. But you've heard a lot of the stuff that's on it. Nas speaks to Big L.
Oh, okay. So what I thought it was going to be, and maybe what it is Nas's guest appearance on each of the Legend Has It Mass Appeal albums. Okay. That's what I thought it was. But maybe
De La Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every appearance that he had on those albums on one album.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, it is. But for some reason, I only glanced at the story. But I thought it said like later in 2026 or something. Because I was like, why is it gonna be later if it's just the compilation of the verses that he already, that's on these.
And basically that's what it is, what I can gather. Now, if you look, he has something to say about each of those appearances and those artists. Like he has something to say about Mobb Deep. He has something to say about De La Soul. Yeah. AZ. Which I love that, of course, because I told you I got a whole playlist with just nothing but Nas and AZ songs. Speaks on Slick Rick on the Documents joint, which is a fire song by us. He speaks on Ray.
Yeah,
so.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, okay, now that makes me think back about, like, obviously now it's going to go in one way or the other, but
Yep.
he's also going to go in because he's doing guest appearances, and he's
Yes,
also
he's
going to
mostly
go
doing
in.
commentary. Yeah, beforehand, and then they get into the song. So.
Dang, okay, well, I gotta check that out because
Yep.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, yeah, I didn't realize it was out, and I didn't realize it was going to be that much. I thought it was just the songs all together. I was like, I'm not really
Yeah.
looking for that, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I like that. I like the idea.
Dope idea. Last thing we got, man, is you brought up the other day. I noticed on your you shared, and was it the vibes list?
Yeah,
When it's on
Vibe had a top 30 guest appearances by women
by
MCs,
women.
basically.
Yeah, and I just wanted to touch on that. I really just want to touch on as you brought up a great point yesterday. This female versus period. I felt like their list itself deserves some attention. Not that people haven't already seen it, but just female verses in general. Um, and I don't know if you have, what you thought about the list. I don't have the list up here because I don't even know so many songs. Um, I could pull it up, but it's fitting on the page when everybody be able to see it. I don't know. But
Right.
did you have any overall just um, impressions about anything that was on it? I can tell you for me, I don't know if I could ever really narrow it down to any, you know, what I agree on or don't agree on because I think a lot of the songs on there, a lot of the artists on there, um, their appearances themselves were just dope for different reasons.
Right. Yeah. Not
Sometimes
the
the
verses.
sometimes the lyrics themselves were just dope. Sometimes the whole production of the song, I mean, they came in perfectly. Sometimes
Hmm.
the artists that they were spitting the guests, it's different reasons. And I think for me, everything on that list was kind of dope in its own. I didn't see anything that I didn't like on that list.
Yeah.
But everything was just dope in its own right. I know some people were taking it kind of singular, like, no, this part is dope, is the best because the what she said in the song. This one is the best because it was done with this person. I didn't take
Hmm.
it that way. I think everything on the list that I saw was dope in its own right. I don't know if there's anything that I would say was better than the other. I got some strong feelings on what I like the best. But you had any overall thoughts on what you saw?
Yeah. The list dope. I can't be mad at the list. My favorites ain't on the list. Well, my couple favorites anyway are not on the list, but that's fine because I don't care nothing about Vibe in their opinion. I honestly don't. I mean, they're probably more reputable than most of these people that make lists, but I ain't worried about Vibe lists anyway. So just the fact that they brought up the list was cool to me. Not necessarily what's on the list, but a lot of people that when I posted about it, a lot of people were like, "Yo, this list ain't bad. It's out. This list too. This list, this is all the joints. Yeah, this is a great list." So I ain't really fighting that fight. But I love that the Lady of Rage is on here,
Yeah.
and they could have done multiple different verses by Lady of Rage. I love that. I'm not mad at Kim being number one.
Wow.
I I um I would have thought they would go Quiet Storm
Yeah.
more
So
than that one.
I'll admit, man, not to cut you off. I think out of my favorite, Kim has got to be. Kim is there for me, and the reason I say that because I don't know what you've read like under the post that you put, but I've been reading this in other places, and I'm seeing a lot of names, and everybody's got their reasons. I don't, and a lot of the ones that I'm seeing, I'm not seeing Kim getting the respect that she deserves, in my opinion. That's just on what I've read. It's probably I can go to probably 150,000 other people's posts or other sites where people post something different. But because if you look, I think they got Kim there 3 times, and
Three
Kim don't miss on any of them.
three in the top 10 as
Three in
well.
the top. Let me tell you, like, and I'll go with you on the Quiet Storm joint. That's crazy. Everything about it. I think it's dope lyrically. The song is dope. Where they put it, like everything about it is dope. I mean, what my Brooklyn style speak for itself, like a wrestler, another notch under my belt, the embezzler, chrome treasurer. the UNO competitor, 10 steps
10
ahead of you. He said, I'm a leader. Y'all on some following ish, coming in the game on some modeling. Like, what is not fire? That's crazy. Kim might not have come into the game being known as one of the most lyrically inclined overall.
Right.
You know the style. But she's spitting fire on this one. Like, I take this one over All About the Benjamins, in my opinion, but All About the Benjamins is nothing to nothing to to sneeze at. And then if I made for Kim too, look, bro, the Mary J joint.
It's right there. It's right there.
Bro, come on. Source. Like, to this day when that joint comes on. Man, come on. What I told you once, I told you twice, QB, throw the booties like a groupie for more ice. Armor truck heist. Hit the bonus like a Boucher. In love with you since the days of Juicy. Now I watch you play Columbo, Picasso, tricks inside colossals, turn your castles to brothels. Who you loving, who you want to be hugging, dipping on your Ninja Honda with Tanisha and Rhonda. What? Dog, first of all, they had folks thinking that a Ninja Honda was a real bike. Ninja Honda is not a real bike. They're two separate bikes.
Ninja, Honda.
Yeah. Like, that's crazy. Like, they're two competitive, the two bikes. But then it goes on. And again, everything is perfectly placed for her in this joint. First, you're doing a joint with Mary. I mean, you're doing a joint with Mary joint.
They like that.
But then she spits on this joint. Like, I think Kim, there's a lot of dope female versions that I love. But Kim, who never tried to be somebody that lyrically inclined, I think she's on all three of these joints, I think is out of control, man.
Yeah. Swaggy. They all dope verses though. That's the thing. And I'm not mad at any of the verses on the list. It's fine. Like, I don't love all of them, but I like most of them.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Soleil guy.
Me either, but I think she was dope on that song though.
I'm not big on Vita, but I got no problem with it. I like that Mia X is on here more than once. I think that's dope. So salute to Vibe for that. I'm not a fan of Queen Pen. You know what? Nope. I'm not.
Yeah, that would be
I'm not regressing.
I'm with you.
I'm not regressing.
I understand your reasons a little different, but
yeah, I'm not regressing. I'm supposed to be over this. I said I was over it. I'm moved on. I even play Queen Pen, when I do mixes sometimes. So it is a dope. I mean, the song is dope. The song, No Diggity, is a dope song in general. So I can't be mad at her. It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, and I'm not big. I'm not even gonna say it. Anyway, yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm glad they put Rod Digger up there at 30 on Cowboys.
Bruh, that's my joint too. That's like, when I heard that song and her and L Boogie kicking it back and forth, I actually thought it would have been dope if they could have did like an album or EP together.
Oh, see, yeah, something together. They're very different. They're very different.
And that little bit of time she got, what she got? My style, perhaps the foulest. Inhale large clouds of smoke through my chalice. Bucking at stars and write rhymes for hours. A ghetto missy drinking whiskey sour. Like, woo. That, yeah. They're the two of them together alone, just on that song, bro.
They set it off.
I don't be greedy. I'll be greedy and say, give me an album. But if y'all could have gave me a 5-song EP.
5 joints. EP. That's all we need.
I think that would have been gold.
It's not too late.
Y'all got to give me that. Can we talk to somebody?
Let me. You know what? If I get this Rod Digger interview to ever happen, I'll ask.
That would be dope. I love Rod Digger, man. I love Rod.
Me too. Me too.
I love Rod Digger, man.
Love her.
Yeah. But they represented for the even the today's generation, and Cardi's on there, of course. Respected Cardi. Much love to my girl Rhapsody. That complexion joint is fire.
Of course. Rap.
What else we got? Brad can hit it a few times. I'm gonna tell you what I noticed about this, and it's just my personal opinion too. I talked about Kim not coming in the game trying to be the most lyrical, even though she's ended up spitting some fire. I think a lot of the ladies on this list that spit some of the dopest stuff were people that came in more on a sexy vibe. Because and not something that they were known for, like Kim. Even if you go to Foxy, I mean, let's be real. Foxy had some well placed joints too. You know, the Bang Bang joint was cool, but you know, ain't no nigga. She perfect spot, perfect artist to be with. But I think she was dope on the affirmative action. That she do spit fire on affirmative action.
Wait, Foxy on here 4 times?
I know she had 3 on there for sure, if I remember
Bang
correctly.
Bang, I Shot You, Ain't No.
Oh yeah, it's 4
And
joints.
then affirmative action.
Yep. And if you think about it, she spit. I'll give you another verse. I'll give you another joint. I'm not going to quote the verse, but
it's pretty good.
For someone who never made it as big as she thought that she was going to make it. But I think, what's her name? What's my girl name? Used to run with The Rock. Light skin.
Emil? Oh, Charlie Baltimore.
Emil. No, Emil.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Emil's verse on the J joint was I think it's notable. On Can I Get Her?
She on it?
Yeah, no, I'm saying though.
Oh, okay.
You don't hear people talk about, but yeah, Charlie. I ain't even think about Charlie, but that joint that well, no, that was her song though. Was Stand Up her song or Ghosts? It was her song, right?
Yeah, her song.
Okay, so it don't count then. Okay, but yeah, I think she got busy on that joint, but yeah, Emil's verse. I think Emil's verse, the way she spit it was pretty fire on the J joint. On Can I Get a Joint?
Right.
Nobody. And you mentioned Vita, and I'm with you. I'm not a big Vita fan, but I do think on the Put It On Me joint, it's notable. I think it's a notable verse.
What I would love to see one, 2, or 3 of them on this list, and I'm trying to keep looking to make sure it's not on there. Ain't no way Queen Latifah on I Want to Be Down ain't on this list. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
They wilding without having that joint on. I'll take all three of their verses on here for real, but Queen Latifah joint, come on, man. Nah, man, that's supposed to be on.
I agree with you. I didn't even think about it. I don't know how I didn't think about that. Remy on Annie. Oh, and another one I'm gonna give you, and I know it's not the craziest lyrically, but again, when I talked about the females that had some of the fire joints that were more on that sexy vibe and selling sex and all that stuff, I don't think we can understate Trina on that. And the reason I say that, because, and maybe it's just me seeing it up close when I remember they came to Richmond, but she spits a joint that when you put it on, a lot of females know that joint word for word, right? And she had one of those classic moments in hip hop to me, whereas an artist can come out, perform the song, and the guest artist on that song don't even come out, don't hit the stage until that verse about to hit. You know what I'm saying? I remember when she came to Richmond and your boy Trick was out there, he got to that song. They ain't mentioned anything about Trina coming. Right. Of course, she was fresh and new on the scene. But when they got to that part, all you heard, like literally about 2 seconds before she started spitting, she starts running out the back. You don't know now. In the places I've been. You know what I'm saying? We spend the grand that I spent after about 4 best friend. Like, I'm like, yeah, she's 5 or she said 5 or 6 best friend, not 4 or 5. But still, like
a lot.
She came out on that joint, you know, that's her claim to fame. But I don't think it can be understated. I think, you know, I like it being on the list. But it's just like, you know, the whole appeal of that song and the way she came out and spit, especially for a new artist at the time, I thought it was pretty fire.
Yeah, no doubt.
You spend the grands that I spend.
I ain't mad at her.
Then, of course, like I say, some of the artists that are out now, because we talked about Cardi, Nicki's on there, and all of them. But
Monster had to be on there. You had to
yeah,
put me
oh,
without.
for
It's
sure.
probably number one for real. Out of if All About the Benjamins is number one, then Monster number one. They All About the Benjamins is not now. No, it's
Yeah.
Monster.
Shout out to Eve, man. Shout out to Eve with the roots, man. You on her,
Eve on here twice.
yeah, you got me because every time when you hear that song, they don't always play the version with her in it, with her rapping. But hers with her rapping is the best version.
And she was not credited. And she didn't get a Grammy until this past Grammys. She just got her Grammy for that performance. They gave her a joint finally after all this time. And I think it took the fact that she was on Questlove's podcast, Questlove
Mm-hmm.
Supreme, about probably within the last year and some change, that this happened because Questlove is now on the Grammy board. So that probably has something to do with it. And I'm saying that as I say it, I realize that I didn't think about that. But yeah, she was on the podcast, but Questlove is actually on the Grammy board, Grammy committee. So that probably has something to do with it. He probably felt terrible, actually. I don't want to let them off the hook of being the artist and being somewhat responsible for her not getting credit. It comes down to the label, but it also comes down to them. They probably ain't care that much about her for real. And they ain't know what was going to happen. Then she turns into Eve and goes crazy and has TV shows and, all the things that she's done, actress, all that. And now they're like, oops, dang, yeah, we was wrong. So, but shout out to Eve.
Shout out to Quest the other day about they was talking about getting the Soul Aquarians back together,
Oh, yeah.
do some things. So make it happen, Quest. Make it work.
Rest in
That's all I
peace,
really got
D'Angelo.
on it. Yeah, that's all I really got on it, man. Other than that, you mentioned Rage. You know, the lady of Rage, of course. Rage, lyrical murderer, stranded on death row. I'm serving a lifetime sentence. There'll be no repentance. This is the life that I choose to lead. I plead guilty.
All accounts, but ball bounce where it may.
Just another
clip into my AK.
Yeah, my house, man. Dope, man. That's dope. That's dope. You got anything else that's worth noting before we get out of here?
Nah, man, we good money. That was great.
Fire. Shout out to the ladies, man. Shout out to all the ladies that made the list and some that didn't make the list, but we know you're dope in your own right. And yeah, other than that, Lauren, Ra, I need it to happen. I need that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see now. That gives me more incentive to try again on this Rod Digger possibility, and see if anything can ever happen from that. Now I gotta call in the big dogs.
And now you're gonna have me going and listen to Dirty Harriet when we get out of here too.
Dirty Harriet.
Writing that joint on blast. All right, there it is. There it is. And that is today's show. Some NFL for you, some hoops for you, and some hip hop for you. As a reminder, there will be no show next Sunday. So we'll be back. I'm not sure what source got going on, but we'll be back the week after for sure. I know I'll be on. And we will see what's popping. But you got anything else you want to leave for the people, man? You put out there?
Oh, got to throw up the 2 March Madness joints this evening or tomorrow morning or whenever. Throw those up in the group, men's bracket, women's bracket, and we'll see how it goes. Get to it. March Madness time, you know how it goes down around here.
Got some selections going down today, right? So selections,
yeah, man.
Selection Sunday. So that's gonna be dope. It's popping and make that joint happen. Folks in the group, we are 1 week away from fantasy baseball. So of course, I didn't even put the post up initially. And folks about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago started beating down my inbox. So they can't get enough. So so I guess we doing it again. So we do draft next week at 5 p.m. So if I'm out in the streets, well, I'm gonna be out in the street. I gotta be back by 5 o'clock so we can get that baseball thing popping. Because baseball season is here.
Mm.
So that's the earliest that we've drafted ever. Usually, like people want to 7 or 8 o'clock the nights I don't get home. But everybody was cool with doing it earlier this year, 5 p.m. next Sunday. So I'm with it.
Word.
I am with it. I think on the next show, outside of whatever's happening in sports, well, if we talk, but we'll see what it is. Then we're gonna get into some TV because we talk about what everybody watching, TV news, all that stuff. We're gonna find a way, whether it's a whole show, segment of a show, or something. We'll get some TV Nelson in on the next show because I got some questions about some things on that. So we're gonna see. Other than that, that's all I got, man. So we'll catch you guys. She'll be back in a couple of weeks. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. And that's what it is. It's the SBP. Y'all enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your week. We out.
Yeah.